Yeah, Sunday guys. My name is Abiodun Ifike Smith, and I'm here again to just, make us know that something is happening in the world right now, and the world is changing. And anybody that refuses to change with the world, will be left behind in this new economy. And what is that I have to say? Please, please, if you're listening to me, especially if you're in this part of the world called Africa, where everything, even though not just Africa, the whole global economy is dwindling, everything is going down. But it is worse in Africa, especially in my part of Africa called Nigeria, where things are really, really tough and there's no hope for anyone, not our children, not anybody. Then we must pay attention to what is happening in the world today because things are changing. Finance and everything is actually changing. And if we fail to change with the world, we'll be left behind. We'll be left behind. The only thing you need to do in this time and age is you need to get yourself educated in the current global trend of the blockchain, decentralized finance and digital assets. A lot of us hear about this, but we don't take it serious. We think it's just one of those things. This is the current global trend, and we must pay attention if you must make a headway in this economy. And we must also begin to teach our children about finance, about the current global trend. If we are to make any impact in their lives. It's not just about sending them to schools. Fine, that is good, but that is not it. Even with the parents and our parents, we went to school. They told us go to school, get a good grade and the good job, and that had landed most of us where we do not want. And it is the wrongest formula anybody can give their kids in this time and age. So, and it is a must if we must survive in the new economy, or else, you might just keep struggling and living in the past. If you want to be financially relevant in the most simplistic and the most profitable way today, then you have to evolve with global trend, you know, and that is what Altron stands for. Okay, now if you want to actually make something happen, then you have to do what's relevant. And now that brings me to talking about the blockchain, digital asset, and decentralized finance. I just want to explain this, what it means, because a lot of people don't know what this is all about. But first thing I want you to realize is that you must know that this is the wave, the blockchain. We are in the blockchain, the digital asset, and the decentralized wave. That is the global trend right now. That is where the world is right now. And if you fail to be a part of this, I tell you, you are actually nowhere. All right. Now, talking about being in tune with global trend, you know, now you must ask yourself that question: Are you in tune with global trend? Or are you just there? Do you know that in any time and age, the success of the people is always dependent on how much in tune they are with global trend, and those who succeed phenomenally are those people, who capitalizes on global trend. And as we talk today, what is the global trend? That should be the next question that comes to mind. Now, the blockchain, digital asset, and decentralized finance, is the global trend. And now, what is the blockchain actually? What is the blockchain? A lot of people hear this today and they don't know this is the biggest invention of our time. The blockchain is actually the biggest invention of our time that will power all facets of human endeavor. And why is it so? It is so because it is an open and the most transparent ledger or database that can never be tampered with. And it is decentralized in nature, meaning it can be tampered with and it is open to everybody as long as you have a digital device to access it. It is a ledger or a database of information that is open to everyone, unlike the centralized system where we don't have access to certain information except those at the top of the chain or the founders or starters of a system. And that brings about fraud, that brings about a whole lot of malpractices because only few people are privy to the information and to what is happening in the system. But with the With blockchain, it's not like that. Everybody is privy, everybody can see what's going on. And the good thing about the blockchain is that no information, nothing can be tampered with. It can never be tampered with. So I'm just trying to be as simple as possible with my explanation. So, that's just a layman explanation, but that's all it is about. And what is actually powering this blockchain is the internet. Is the internet. And the next phase of the internet, known as the Web 3. A lot of us are used to, we know about the Web 1 and the Web 2. The Web 1 is, when internet started, the www.com and all that. Then after that phase made a lot of billionaires like the Bill Gates and co, who capitalizes on that trend. And after that phase, we were ushered into the Web 2. That is the social media internet, the internet of information, that made a lot of billionaires also, like Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook, the social Instagram, the YouTube guys, the Google guys. The internet of information. You want information, you go to Google, you go to YouTube, you go to Facebook, and all that. That is was the next wave after the Web 1. Now the Web 3 has been ushered in, and that is known as the internet of money. If you are not on this internet, if you are not taking advantage of the Web 3, then you are nowhere. You are just living in the past. And that explains blockchain. Also, another definition of it, blockchain is the internet of money, because the blockchain is just like an internet where you have access to information, of whatever industry. But now we're talking of the of finance, the blockchain of finance, the internet of finance, the internet of value, the internet of money, which is the Web 3. And it is the Web 3 that powers decentralized systems, like the blockchain and the rest of them. And if you are not on the Web 3, you don't know about anything about this today, you are living in the past. And this is where the next trillion is being made. The next trillion is being made. So people that will capitalize on this trend are the people who are going to make the next generational wealth. And that is it. So now, talking about the blockchain in brief, and now when we also talk about digital assets, now talking about digital assets, we all know what assets are. Assets are things we own, things that add value to us and all that. But now is I'm happy to inform you that assets also are going digital. So if you don't know and you are not positioned for this, you also might be living in the past. Now, what are digital assets? Digital assets are anything that can be stored and transmitted electronically through a computer or other digital device, and are associated with ownership or use rights. Well-known examples today include cryptocurrencies, non-fungible tokens, which we know as NFTs, and the metaverse. While you can't hold digital assets with your hand, they are real assets that you can buy, sell, store, and trade online. you know Now, talking of digital assets, some class of digital assets, just as listed in what I read now, are cryptocurrency. We all know cryptocurrency today. A lot of us have heard about it, even though if we don't know what it is. In simple form, cryptocurrency just means money, currency. The crypto behind it is just explaining the kind of technology that bring about that money. But in simple definition, cryptocurrency means money. But what kind of money? Money that is digital, or money that is virtual money, digital money. And a lot of people still don't know that this cryptocurrency is inevitable for all of us, because for you to know that this is inevitable, then you must understand how money evolved over time. At the point in time, the medium of exchange in this world was trade by barter. Then after trade by barter, money moved to gold, cowries and all that. Then after that, money moved to coins. Then after some time, money moved to fiat currency. That is the paper money we know today. And a lot of people are still stuck in that. After paper money, which is fiat currency, money moved to electronic money. And that came with the advent of all forms of cards, and to what we have today, the ATMs and all that. And beyond that, money has moved also to what we know as cryptocurrency. digital money. So now, if somebody is not embracing cryptocurrency today, that person will be living the past. It's just a matter of time. That person will be like somebody who wanted to hold on to the trade by barter when the world had moved to gold. That person will be like somebody trying to hold on to gold when the world had moved to coins. That person will be like somebody trying to hold on to coins when the world had moved to fiat currency and all that. So this is inevitable for everybody, everybody. So the earlier the better you start looking into this, the earlier you start looking into this, the better for you. And and one big advantage with cryptocurrency is the value it brings. It rises in value over time compared to the fiat currency, our fiat currency that loses value over time. If the almighty dollar, which is the world currency, had lost about 75% of its value over the years, I think that should be from the 80s to the present time, then what are we now saying about other currencies of the world, especially the African currencies? So now, a good example of a cryptocurrency is Bitcoin. At least Bitcoin is what majority of people know, because this was the first cryptocurrency that emerged the crypto scene on this planet. And when Bitcoin emerged, it emerged at a very low price. That was about 1 cent, about 1 cent. But over time, the price keeps appreciating. That asset keeps appreciating and appreciating. It appreciated onto a point when it got to about $70,000. Even though as at the time of doing this video, it has dropped to about $23,000. Just imagine you bought an asset at 1 cent and it appreciated to 70, and even though at its lowest to 23. What do you think you would have made? $100 investment 10 years back would have given you about 10,000 units of Bitcoin. Now, by the time Bitcoin moved to $70,000, just do the multiplication. 10,000 units of Bitcoin times $70,000. You'd have become a billionaire. Now that Bitcoin is at a very, very low point, do the multiplication. If you have 10,000 units of Bitcoin times $23,000, you you still remain a billionaire. Think about this, guys. So this is one reason why people should be looking at cryptocurrency, because it rises in value over time compared to the fiat currency we're holding that reduces in value over time. Now, let's also make a comparison between Bitcoin and our fiat currency. Now, for those who refuse to throw in $100 10 years ago into Bitcoin, you know, what is the worth of $100 that you held 10 years ago till now? What is the worth? The worth is, I think, $1 is even worth more than the $100 you had 10 years ago. So you can see this is a classical example why everybody should be looking at cryptocurrency, especially people that really want to create phenomenal wealth, generational wealth for themselves and their family. Okay, so I don't want to stay too long on this. So that is a little bit about cryptocurrency. Now we have what we also known as NFTs. These are non-fungible tokens. Non-fungible tokens are real life objects, that can be tokenized or digitalized as well. And to make money, sell, buy, trade online, make money. A classical example are intellectual properties, so music, videos. It could be even the land. It could be, any real life object that is being tokenized or digitalized. And when we talk about something being non-fungible, it means it can't be interchanged. Cryptocurrency or money is can be interchanged. That makes it fungible. But the NFT kind of tokens, cannot be interchanged. What I mean is this: if I give you $100 bill to hold for me, and I tell you I'll come back in another 1 year to collect it. Now, immediately I give you that $100 bill, you can decide to spend it. Okay, right? You can decide to give it to somebody. But in another 1 year, I come back for my $100. You definitely give me another $100 note, not that same I give to you, but it's still the same $100. I take it, I leave, I'm happy. That makes it fungible, it can be interchanged. But when we say an asset is non-fungible, it means it can't be interchanged. An example is this: I give you my birth certificates, or I give you any form of intellectual property, and I say, please hold this for me. I'll come for it in another 1 year. And when I come back for it another 1 year, you are going to give me exactly what I gave to you. You won't give me your own birth certificate or any other. You are going to give me that exactly that I gave to you. And that is what we mean by, an asset being non-fungible. All right. And let me quickly run through the third class of digital assets, which is known as the metaverse. The metaverse is just a replica of the universe. Today the universe is our physical world where we know, but the world is changing and everything is going digital. So the metaverse is just a virtual world where everything and anything that happens in the physical world can also be replicated. You understand? So it's just a virtual world, and in that world, you can as well own properties, buy land, buy anything, collect rents, collect payments, and stuff like that. And this is one of the biggest thing happening today where people are making phenomenal wealth. And now this talking about digital asset, I think I've just covered that in brief. I want to quickly brush over this. And the next thing I want to talk about is decentralized finance. These are the knowledge we need to have in this time and age. Now, talking of decentralized finance, now the blockchain also powers decentralized finance, just like the blockchain also powers digital assets, that I've just mentioned now. So, and decentralized finance is the is another wave today that everybody must know. You know, the banks, the finance houses, government, and all of that used to handle our finances. The banks provide financial instruments for us. The government provides some financial instrument. The financial institutions, government bonds, this and that, all several kind of financial instruments where we put our money and hope to make money. But over the years, this does not work. It isn't working because why? This system is centralized. A lot of scams, a lot of fraudulent activities, a lot of us loses money, interest rates, and that environment is just so unfriendly that instead of making money in that environment, we lose money all of the time. Interest rates, goes over the roof, and a whole lot of stuff, bank charges, and a whole lot of stuff. So that had really 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 taken the trust out of a lot of people, and we don't even trust the system any longer because the system always does what always rip us off. That's what it is. The system always rip us off. But thank God today that finance has become decentralized. Anybody can have access to serious financial different financial services from their phones, from their computers, as long as they understand, platforms where they can access the services and they're good to go. So now, centralized finance, is where anyone can autonomously access different financial services to make money. You know, Now let me go back. Decentralized finance is an emerging financial technology based on secure distributed ledgers, that is the blockchain, similar to those used by cryptocurrencies, where anyone, and I mean anyone no matter what, can independently or autonomously access different financial services to make money. On DeFi platforms, you can have access to a lot of financial services, like staking, like borrowing, like lending, like a lot. I can keep a lot. And as long as you have the knowledge, you can keep making money just by the use of your phone, as long as you have an internet connection. you know and one thing decentralized finance does is this: it eliminates the fees that banks and other financial companies charge for using their services. Individuals hold money in a secure digital wallet, can transfer funds in minutes, and anyone with an internet connection can use DeFi. And another big thing about DeFi is that you are in control of your money 100%. You can use a financial service today, put in your money, take it out immediately. You can keep taking out your profits as it goes per day, per seconds, per minute. You can take out your whole money. It is unlike what is available in the centralized financial sector, where you are never in control, even of your own funds. Today we have a lot of problem going on where people even have money in the banks and they can never access it. They have problems accessing it. That is one of the disadvantages of the centralized system. But with a decentralized system, nobody's in charge. You are in charge, and you are 100% in charge and in control, and can access your fund anytime. And it's easy. Anybody with a good phone that has an internet connection can have access to all of these, and you know be in their house, no hustle and bustle, and make phenomenal wealth. And this is what the new economy is bringing to us. This is the freedom the global trend is bringing to lots of us today, as long as you are willing to learn. And it's just about learning, and before you know it, you are good, you are well positioned, and you can make whatever you want in income at the comfort of your home, without no stress whatsoever. All right, now we all just need to pay attention to this, and that is all. Okay, I won't make this video long. Now I can introduce you to a platform, where you can have access. Because one thing, the okay, let me go there. Let me go there. Now the challenges is this, for you to know all of this, you must. It is expensive. You must. You must pay money to learn all of this. You must pay money to learn. I remember when I was going to learn all of this, I paid over $3,000 altogether, and that is because I have a connection with the person who taught me. I paid over three. So you must learn, and it's quite expensive. You must acquire the knowledge. You must put in some time. And the biggest thing is this: you must be able to identify real platforms from scam platforms. Today, there's a lot of scam online, in the name of digital asset, decentralized finance, and all that. When a technology is just emerging, you know, the bad people take advantage of it, because a lot of people won't know about it, and a lot of people want to get involved. So the bad people also position themselves to take advantage of, people that don't have the knowledge. And that's why the knowledge is very important. A lot of people are falling for scams today because they don't have the knowledge. And the good news is this. Let me just take you. The good news is this: that today, right now, there's a platform that can make you have access to all of what I've talked about. Now, there's a blockchain platform, totally decentralized platform where you can have access, to position yourself through decentralized finance and digital assets, and position yourself for the next set of millionaires in dollars, or billionaires that will emerge in this space. And it is powerful. It is powerful. And that platform is known as Utron, the Utron ecosystem. And this is bigger than what had ever happened in this space, you know, in this space till date. This is the biggest, this is the most revolutionary, and everybody, every family must be a part of this. At least, give yourself the opportunity for that knowledge, because information is all. Without information, I bet you're going to be deformed. So avail yourself the opportunity for that knowledge. And one thing is this: with Utron, you are going to be getting this for free. With Utron, you are going to be getting this for free. So all you just need to do is get in touch with the person who shared this video with you, or get in touch with me, so that we can explain this to you, how it works, and how you can position yourself to be among the next set of millionaires in dollars in this space. I hope with this video, I just try to be as brief as possible. I don't want to take it too long. So my definitions are just layman definitions for the common man that doesn't know about all this, so that at least they can have an idea. And from this point on, we can take it on for anybody who is interested. Thank you. I hope this add value to somebody.